Welcome back to Fortnightly News. I'm Chris Cox. Okay, Phil, you gotta say your name. Come on, man.
I'm Phil Sears.
Okay. Phil, what's the matter? You know that Mommy and I talked to you about expressing your feelings.
Well, I feel defeated. Like, I'll never be the top dog of something, you know?
Actually, I don't know what that's like. As a ginger, I'm on top of the social food chain.
Well, I just don't have a chance of being a good...
I'm peeing!
Oh, man. This is just like how my dream starts, except there isn't a salami-wielding Tim Curry yelling demoralizing things at me.
Okay, we know it's not Tim Curry. That's ridiculous. Clearly, the communications building is being sabotaged.
Sabotage? Why would anyone want to do that?
I don't know, the Beastie Boys? Maybe because we're Iowa State's only source for hard-hitting news.
That doesn't make any sense. What about the Iowa State daily?
Don't let them know about the others.
Hey guys, apparently the Nuclear Terrorism Club needed an outlet for a peaceful demonstration, so they unplugged the lights to hook up a detonator control center.
Oh, hey, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Good for them, you know, professional development.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it will result in 7 more months of winter.
Oh, I guess more time for sledding. Anyway, we'll take a quick break for Phil to psych himself up and hopefully talk the Nuclear Demonstration Club into doing their demonstration in Iowa City.
Hey, all right, welcome back.
Way to get back in the spirit there, Phil. I guess that blackout did you some good.
Yeah, I just hope it wasn't for nothing.
Well, actually, the blackout did remind me of something. Super Bowl.
What's that?
I don't know what the Super Bowl is. Moving on. British newspaper The Mirror featured a story last Monday that was a bit too hot to handle. Animal rights activists will brand themselves in public, milking the attention to protest cruelty in the dairy industry. Volunteers will have the number 269 burned onto their chests. The organizer of the event, Becky Folkard, says, quote, "We're taking a huge risk because so many people will see what we're doing as extreme. But in the past, you had suffragists, which was hugely controversial. Because yes, giving women the right to vote and not eating meat are essentially the same thing. Folkard herself will not submit to the painful procedure, though. She does respect those that will be branded. Quote, "If one person goes away and researches the vegan lifestyle because of this, it will have been worth it. Vegan diets are characterized as abstaining from meat and animal products. Vegans choose cruelty-free food like nuts, showing once again in the case of the self-branders, you are what you eat."
New studies from agribusiness research consultancy Stratus are now suggesting that 49% of all farms in the U.S. have developed pesticide-resistant superweeds, and the amount of superweeds is shown to be on the rise. To combat this, new chemical-resistant plants are being tested to allow for stronger pesticides. With this snowballing trend, scientists say it is only a matter of time until the superweeds develop a taste for blood and begin singing show tunes. I, for one, welcome our superweed overlords.
Feed me.
Seymour.
Yeah. Alex Cephalian, professor at University College London, is helping a 53-year-old cancer survivor grow a pair of nostrils, that is. Cephalian is using bone marrow cells to grow 2 nose-shaped scaffolds for the man, after which he will place them in the man's arm to grow skin for the eventual transplantation to the face. Nostrils will eventually be opened, and epithelial cells introduced will then form mucous membranes. The scaffolding for the new schnoz will be grown in a bioreactor. In other news, I am definitely calling dibs on the name bioreactor for my heavy metal band.
I guess that guy really knows what he's doing, eh, Chris? Ow. Late January had a surprise announcement in the form of product endorsement by a celebrity. On January 25th, it was announced that Taylor Swift would be officially partnered with Diet Coke. Surprisingly for some viewers, we actually have an esteemed analyst when it comes to soda companies joining forces with celebrities. Chris?
Thanks, Phil.
You are very welcome. Please tell us your story, the thoughts on this colossal deal.
Well, when you think about it, it's only great branding on Coke's part.
Really? How so?
Taylor Swift is the perfect embodiment of Diet Coke's ideals. She's small, She's bubbly, and she lacks pretty much any definitive or substantive content whatsoever. She's perfect for Diet Coke's target demographic.
Which is?
Single white girls with body pillows, Gossip Girl DVR'd, and a cat named Mr. Sprinkles.
That seems really specific. How much of Diet Coke's market is made up by them?
Only pretty much all of it. Now, there's really only one thing that's more of a guarantee than single girls drinking Diet Coke. That's that white people will play shout at their weddings while looking foolish trying to dance.
Yesterday, the campus was locked down as pterodactyls terrorized...
Okay, Phil, hold on a second.
What?
Okay, they weren't pterodactyls. They were guinea fowls. They're not threatening at all.
Oh, okay. All right, guinea fowl.
No, that's not what I said.
Oh, well, here to comment on the penny jowls is ISU TV's research bird expert, Zach. Glad to have you here, Zach. You look just like our producer.
Thanks, I think. Why exactly am I here again?
Well, you know stuff about birds, right?
How do you figure?
You're studying to be an orthodontist, right? Doesn't that mean you study birds?
That's an ornithologist.
Oh. Really? Are you sure?
Like 54% positive.
Okay, well, then never mind. Thanks for coming on, Zach.
You're, welcome?
Kerry Country Council in Southwest Ireland has passed a measure that could make it legal, not illegal, for rural drivers to drink and drive. Nationwide, Ireland has been cracking down on drunk driving, with drivers now only allowed 50 milligrams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood. Now, that's equal to less than a pint of beer. The new permits proposed would allow rural residents to have between 2 or 3 drinks. The logic is that, in rural areas, drunk driving has never killed anyone, because there's really nobody there. In rural areas, these restrictions on drinking and driving would only increase depression, argued the proponents. When asked for a comment, proponents stated simply, then crashed off a cliff while the Benny Hill theme played.
Canada officially began removing pennies from circulation this Monday in an effort to reduce the country's minting costs by an estimated $11 million a year. All of the pennies collected by Canadian mints will be melted down to recycle the metals. Anonymous reports from those close to the situation have divulged the possibility that the melted pennies and extra finances will go toward building a team of robotic Wayne Gretzkys for the upcoming 2014 Winter Olympics.
Hasbro recently hosted a poll on the Monopoly Facebook page to decide on ways to update the pieces for the classic board game. After a close race, it has been decided that the iron will be removed from the next edition, and the internet has unsurprisingly voted to instead include a cat token. Close runners-up in the poll for the new piece were internet favorites Bacon, Nicolas Cage, and the inevitable YouTube comment comparing you to Hitler.
Speaking of superheroes...
That's a beautiful segment.
Yeah, going for the low-hanging fruit. Anyway, speaking of superheroes, we have our comic expert on to tell us a little about Marvel's recent relaunch as a way to try and desperately bring in some new readers to their circus of lunacy.
Thanks, Phil.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. Well, this is going to be old news for us true believers, but after the success of the Avengers movie, Marvel is trying to rein in their lore a bit and make it a bit more open to newbie readers. They brought back everyone who was dead, Wasp, Jean Grey for the 20th time, and making some of the boring characters like Cyclops actually relevant by having him turn into a terrorist.
Wait, okay, I'm sorry. Cyclops is a terrorist now. Isn't he like the ultimate good guy?
Well, you see, Cyclops had been making kid mutants into soldiers for a while now, and the other X-Men didn't like it, so when they went to war with the Avengers over the Phoenix Force, Thor and the Secret Avengers fell from space to tell them that they're all doomed, and that makes Iron Man try to shoot the Phoenix Force, but that breaks it up into 5 pieces and possess 5 people, including Cyclops, but he wanted more power to beat up the other mutants, and kills Professor X, and that makes him evil, and then Hope Summers absorbs his essence and wishes it away.
Wait, wishes it away? Are you joking?
No, Scarlet Witch was involved. See, she has control over reality, and so she...
Okay, so if she can control reality, then why didn't she just, change that all in the first place?
Yeah.
Because the Phoenix Force had to be in a strong enough host in order to manifest...
What?
You know what? Forget it. Cyclops always sucked anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they went back. That's why Beast went back in time and brought the old versions of the X-Men to the present so that they could fight him.
Okay, you know what?
I hate you.
Yeah, you suck.
I really, truly hate you.
You're not the only ones.